Wow, pretty plane. That is such an, I can't believe, it seemed like your flight was over so fast.
Yeah.
Looking at that thing going, oh my gosh. For an hour flight, you get an extra half hour out there in the practice area.
Ray will come chasing you away because he wants to screw.
Alright. Continue talking. What? So do you want to that's not him.
I think that's probably the hometown.
How are you? Good. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, my friend?
Good morning. Welcome, Chapter 119. And guests and visitors, we have several special guests today and lots of unfamiliar faces and familiar faces. I hear a rumor that we have 2 people who are the grandkids of Jimmy Doolittle here somewhere. Hi, would you raise your hand?
Yeah, raise your hand.
Thanks for coming. That's awesome. Can you do a little talk at the QB's anyway? Thanks for being here. Tom Hale is our Young Eagles coordinator here. My voice is going, so I just want to introduce everybody and thank you for coming.
No.
And I'm Tracy Laws, I'm president of the chapter, but they haven't impeached me yet. Anyway, I'm going to hand it over to Scott because, like I said, I don't have much voice this morning. So,
good morning. So we got a couple of dozen business items to get through before we get to our talk. We covered the welcome. One or two of you probably saw that we published the minutes from last month's meeting on the website or email. So we need a motion to approve those minutes as published from somebody who might have seen them. All right, Ken and Brian. Thank you, Brian. So we've got that covered. Yep. PG&E mystery solved. So I guess we had some question about how our PG&E bills were working, and Tracy worked that out.
I'll just tell that really quickly. So we were having like a really high unexplainable PG&E bill that we were very sad about, but the mystery was that somehow we were being billed for the wrong meter for the electric. So it's been resolved. I know. So it's been resolved, and they're going to fix that. And the gas we weren't too worried about, but we figured out why that was also high. The gas meter was correct on the bill, but there is a gas leak. So the gas has been shut off, and as soon as the airport and the city can fix it, because it's on the house line side, and while they fix it, we're going to have them upgrade the size of the line so we can have all 4 heaters working at once, which will be nice in the winter when it's cold. So the mystery has been solved, and it's resolved, so we can all cheer. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, who helped us with that, Ken and Chris. All right. Young Eagles.
Tom, what do we got for Young Eagles?
All right, let's see. Last weekend we flew 40 kids. So congrats, got some rain that allowed us to do that. We got rained out both in January and February. So because of those rainouts, I've added a May rally. So extend our season one more month. And also next weekend, next Saturday, the Santa Cruz Police Department Pride Program. They've asked me to provide a mini rally, so about a dozen kids are going to show up with their mentors for that next Saturday. So I put out an email to my pilots for that, and so far I've got one for sure, and I could use a couple. The problem for you, all right? Cool, excellent. So we'll have 12 more kids in our pocket after next weekend. Otherwise, we've got Theo and Dustin going to camp in July. We got them right there. Good, excellent. And I think that's all I need to say for everything.
Excellent. Awesome news. Thank you, Tom. On
March 25th.
March 25th, that's
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. It's going to be a memorial here for Bill Randolph. Some of you may remember he flew his RV-8 around the world and landed back here. Passed away, so maybe a memorial for that. Okay. Mom will send an email with the details. The April meeting, second Saturday of next month, 10:30 here. No breakfast that time, sorry guys. Airport State of the Union from Raymond will be here to tell us what's up at the airport and what his projects are, as well as we'll have a talk about the unlimited fuel alternatives that are being developed and how that may play out for us. That's it. Any new business? Going once, going twice. Excellent. Yay.
Okay, so that's it. So without further ado, are you ready? Back there. Checking his. Please welcome our good friend, finally coming to visit us from EAA, from Salinas, from Orville, from I don't know, all of the above. Young Eagle. You got. They came. Last month I told them, and they came back to see you. So please welcome Sean Tucker.
Who's going to Oshkosh? I'll be there. I'm talking about the young Eagles. Are you going?
They want to.
Oh, they want to. Say what?
Flight test. You like RC.
That's good. You need to go there for that because we're now part of the model airplane group as well, trying to get everybody in. Well, first of all, this is my. I got to hug your rope. and the problem when it's your stomping grounds, you can't tell any fibs because everybody knows the truth. But don't believe all the Sean D. Tucker stories because over the years they get exaggerated. But all I'm going to say is I'm just so honored to be here. I'm so honored to be the chairman of the Young Eagles. You know, it's a magnificent outreach. I travel across the country. You know, what we do at the venues is to highlight what we're doing with the media is I take a kid on a Young Eagle flight. And the city or the show selects them. These kids come from all walks of life. And the media, because it's such a good story, the media just gloms onto it. And I'll be walking up and it's not about Sean Tucker giving a ride. It's about this kid because they normally write an essay. And to see all these cameras on these kids and their parents are there, and that kid just feels like queen for a day. I mean, do you remember that what a lot of you remember? Okay, so king for a day. And I just think what we're doing with this is letting America know that no matter any walk of life, whether you're rich or poor, doesn't matter what your color is, or the EAA, your dreams are relevant. And you guys are doing that. You're the heavy lifters. I also, what I do is at the venues is invite and take a coordinator or maybe a pilot flying with me. And upside down. But you could ride it.
You can ride.
Yeah, okay. So we owe you guys one, right? We owe you guys one. Okay, well, next week, well, maybe not next week because the airplanes are busy. The week after next, I'm home, so you figure you're pretty pushy. You know how to get to this. So you guys pick out your puppet. I don't know whether it's a coordinator or the pilot. It doesn't matter. I love doing it because it's the way of saying thank you. You know, and we're grassroots. This is tough. What we're doing, we donate our time, energy, and money, but what we get in return, we all know if you're even pilot, is to look through the eyes of that kid when they first lift off the ground, be sure that. And to me, it's awesome. So you want me to tell some flying stories? Yeah. Okay. All right, we're going to try to do this. But now, is the sound on? I want Big Daddy to do it. Okay, I want Big Daddy. Okay. I want Big Daddy to do it. Okay. Yeah. No, let it go. Oh, God, I gotta start over. I want to start over. I want to start over. Yeah, don't watch it. Turn off. Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, good luck with that, pal. Good luck. Okay, Tracy, put it back up to where I want it. Okay. I'm going I love to be in front of.
Hey, how'd you do that?
So anyway, I was based here. This is where it all started for me, and I flew my first air show in 1976. And it's been a journey, a complete journey. I was out practicing today, getting ready for the season. It takes about 100 flights for me to, it takes about 25 flights for me to be done being nauseous. So right now I'm into my sick to my stomach period and exhausted. I'm striving to do from now on 3 a day, and I won't make it probably till the middle of next week because the G's are pretty significant, but it's still a challenge. It still feels so deliciously eloquent to me to have this opportunity to fly an airplane on this level. And of course, I mean, I got some friends here in the early days when I was starting, and without their mentorship and friendship and support and belief in me, in my dream, I didn't have any money. It wouldn't have happened. People really believed in me. And this journey of 41 years has been a magnificent, I couldn't ask for anything more because I still love my work. I still love trying to be better than I was yesterday. I still love pushing my boundaries. I love that I'm good at it, but I want to be better. So I'm always striving for excellence, because flying, when you put it on that level, you dedicate your life to it. I fly that airplane over 400 times a year. It's a challenge every time I get into it because I'm searching for perfection, and you'll never get there. You'll never get there. But you get certain. But when you get close, man, is it a blast. Okay, so the sound's on. I can hit the button. Okay, my daughter and son-in-law made this video, so I hit which button? Where? Here? Right there? All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. I did it. Oh, I'm
People say that I'm one of the greatest airshow
pilots in ever lived. In my mind, still a student of the art form, if I started thinking that I was the greatest airshow pilot that ever lived, I'd be an immediate dead man walking. ventures in the industry. We all know R.A. Bapu, who we just lost. He's been my mentor for over 30 years, and my dear friend. Without his help, I would not be alive today. Okay? And so it's incumbent upon all of us to understand we get this great blessing to fly, this gift to fly. If I abuse the privilege, which you guys wouldn't even know, because it looks like I'm doing wacky stuff already, I abuse the privilege, and instead of creating joy in people's life, and that's what I see when I taxi back, I see that joy, that unbridled joy, because people come, they can't, air shows are the only time they're allowed to come to the airport. That's it. Now you go to the airport, you can't watch airplanes land. Because of TSA, after 9/11, it's over. And these people flock. And it's the first touch point we have. And they're just amazed they fly. And I fly on the level I fly on because I like to push my boundaries. And those people don't understand how hard it is. They just think it's daring. And they they live vicariously through you, and we light those sparks as well. Okay? We light those sparks to push your boundaries. But if I kill myself in front of that audience, instead of creating joy, I traumatize that person forever. Forever. And that's abusing the privilege. So I'm Bob taught me this a long time ago. Sean, we're here for a reason, and that's to make it better, not worse. You kill yourself, it's worse. And you've just ruined it for everybody, and you're still dead. And you can't take that back. And so all of us as aviators have to make those decisions. And those decisions are being respectful and reverent to this art form called flying. I mean, I get in these airplanes, I can't believe I get to go fly an airplane. I can't believe that I get to go take a kid flying. It is such a magical thing, and only in America do we have, and we're the movement, and we're the movement. 2 million kids, but it's unbelievable that all the resources that you guys have given, like you took 40 kids the other day, I mean, you never give up. That changes them. We can always take it one step forward. EA's development scholarship programs, AOPA is You Can Fly programs, but people are starting to understand that it's incumbent upon us to do this. We can always do more. And Jim Schumacher will tell you that in my community, we started, for our at-risk kids, we started a program, and we have a high school now. And we've got 14 kids in our high school. I'm partnered with Monterey County, and it's been 3.5, 4 years of stumbling and making mistakes, but our kids have a 100% pass rate on their first time in all of the 1,400 alternative education kids, 100% pass rate for their high school diploma. And they're not easy to teach. They come from a pretty tough luck community. Salinas is beautiful, the ag community is beautiful, but it's the reason it's successful is because of the Hispanics, who I call pioneers. They're the only ones out there who will do the work. And it doesn't matter how much you pay anybody else, it's impossible. But these mom and dads are out working and hard, and their kids are home alone, and we have the highest, one or two, depends, we're running neck and neck, I think, with Chicago on youth killings in America. Because gangs are seductive. You become a part of the community, and so we're trying to make a difference one kid at a time. And I think I have that video, just because you guys are going to get it. It's the first time that we just got it. Tracy, come here and help me. Oh, that's right. You don't play it there. This is a 1-minute video, then we'll talk about it again. Okay. Dad, get in the way. You got the sound, Dad? Okay. Should be on. Good play? Okay, here we go.
Salinas Valley is a wide open space located between two mountain ranges that has the most fertile land in the world. We feed the entire world with the produce that we grow here. But unfortunately, Salinas is ranked #1 and #2 for youth homicides in America. Everybody says they want to be #1 and #2. Well, this isn't a number you want to be.
A very, very wise old man told me about 15 years ago that it doesn't matter how rich you are, doesn't matter how talented you are, it doesn't matter how famous you are. You are not relevant unless you're given back. I have been an airshow performer for 40 years. I've traveled across the oceans to share the art form of aerobatic flight. In the three-county area, there's almost 50,000 illegal immigrants, and I call them pioneers. They come to America to harvest these crops, doing a back-breaking job to provide a better dream for their children. When the parents aren't home and they're out providing a future for their kids, and the gangs are prevalent, it's very seductive for a young man or woman to be involved.
They come home from school, if they go to school, and there's nothing going on. And if you have no hope because mom and dad are doing these minimum wage jobs, no education at home, no one to help you with your homework, no programs or directions, and so all of a sudden you've got this new family that's, hey, I'll take care of you, don't worry about it.
When you grow up on some of the streets in Salinas, becoming a part of a gang isn't always a choice. You kind of got to pick a side for mere sake of survival.
Growing up in Salinas is like a jungle. A lot of my best friends didn't get to see 17. And Salinas is a very tough place, especially when you walk out your door and the first thing you see is just some gang members and your brother or your cousins hanging out with them. So what do you want to do? You want to go follow them. So it's a never-ending cycle.
Quite simply, we know one of the best protective factors against protecting a kid from future violence, either being a perpetrator or a victim, is loving and caring relationships with adults and access to quality programming, whether it be educational, vocational, or otherwise.
We founded the Bob Hoover Academy of Aviation Excellence to affect change one kid at a time.
We've partnered with the Monterey County Office of Education in a very formal way. And what they've done is they've created an entire high school track built around aviation and the metaphor of flight. And what we provide is just the flight opportunities and support the ground school and the ground instruction for our students.
This is a revolutionary form of alternative education. It's a complete hybrid, blended learning option that nobody's ever seen before.
This is not about creating pilots. This is about allowing our children, the future leaders of America, to face fears and redefine themselves.
Soloing an aircraft for any person, no matter if the most successful CEO in the world or if they're a kid from the inner city, is a completely transformative life experience because it's a time where you have to take personal accountability. It's not, the law is telling you what to do, your parents are telling you what to do, your peers are telling you what to do, but it's something that has to come from inside. Because when you're in an airplane by yourself, your life is literally in your own hands.
And so really that transformation fits in with the entire metaphor of the Bob Hoover Academy program. That idea of allowing students to take control and take flight and really have that empowerment to know that they can not only be behind the controls of an airplane, but behind the controls of their own life as well.
The first time I flew and the pilot told me to control your mind, I was amazed that this man can trust me with his aircraft and his life in my hands. He was giving a kid a chance from Salinas, California, an opportunity that no one else would have. When all our town known is for drugs, violence, and murders. But he looked at me and didn't see that. He saw someone that was actually willing to change. So that's what changed me. John D. Tucker made me the person I am today.
Of all the programs that I've worked with, this is the best that I have seen in terms of its capabilities of engaging and reaching students.
What success means to me with this program is launching students on a new trajectory in life.
Being here, you just know you're set for your future. It throws you onto the right track. I feel like this school has changed my life because I was following in my friends' footsteps and making bad choices.
Before I started this program, I felt less confident. Now that I've actually flown and I control the airplane by myself, I get the confidence to actually try new things in life.
When I look in the eyes of these kids and see this transformative change, see their spirits soar, we're completing our mission.
We have seen the significance and the importance of working with the Bob Hoover Academy, where we can train our young people to have a future. And the more that we can do that, the better this community will be, and that will reduce those numbers of violence, and we will have some more productive members of our community.
After we get a really strong template, then what we'd like to do is stamp this out in communities that need it most.
This is only the beginning. I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait till next month. I can't wait till next year.
Gracias a todas las personas que ayudaron con este programa.
Gracias a todos los maestros que hicieron este programa para los estudiantes para que salgan adelante en la vida.
Gracias por cambiar mi vida.
So, I'm not asking for anything. You're the first person that's seen this video, first group. I'm telling you what we're doing in our community. And that's what you're doing in this community. You know, it's just baby steps. We got a long ways to go. But I'm so proud of the journey. I'm so proud of the journey because this wise old man, you paid it back. And every single person in this room is certainly doing that same thing by taking these young ones. You know, it's just, and for me, it's one kid at a time. This has just been really hard to do. I almost gave up because it's so hard. And we have a national group now mentoring us. It's very expensive to do. We're still learning how to do it correctly. But we found the right partners, and it's important work because there's that one kid, Manny, his brother's dead. His brother was murdered, gang murdered. He was getting ready to get in a fight. That principal who was talking is the one who, first of all, he's the one who risked his job by investing in this with starting a high school surrounding it. And when the superintendents blinked, he put funding towards, we have our own high school, our own teacher. We only have 14 kids in high school. We do a long program, one teacher's assistant. He risked his job. And now, because it's a success story, the superintendents love it. Thank goodness, okay? But Manny was getting ready to get in a fight. He was at Rancho Cielo at the time, which is another probation outreach alternative education for these kids. And with another friend, and you know how kids know when a fight's going to happen? Well, the teacher pulled Manny out, saw this, understood Manny's story about his mother already lost one son to gang murders, and pulled him out and says, put him into our program. And the guy that Manny was going to fight is dead. It's just a year and a half, 2 years ago. He's dead from gang shootings. The guy, Manny's partner, that was going to fight the other guy, is dead from gang shooting. And Manny worked for Don Chapin Construction. He's a basketball coach, and he's paying it back. So let's figure this out. So he gets 10 kids a year, and he's a strong character. He's 19 years old. He wants to join the Navy. He can't because he can't afford to leave his mom. He has to support his mother, okay? And he's such a strong character. He's fierce. Yeah, he has an iron will, like Bob Hoover, okay? And a month before Bob died, I asked his permission if we could do this at his house. And I said, we don't need to give you any more trophies. We don't need any more recognition. I want to rename Every Kid Can Fly at Bob Hoover Academy. And he looked at me and he goes, let's do this. So I can't screw it up now. He'd get awful upset with me. I'm very disappointed in you, Sean. I've been betting on you. So I can't screw this up. And so we got a lot to learn. But the reason I wanted to share it before we go back to a few more flying stories is because we all, as aviators, have an opportunity. People look at us differently because we leave the earth. People still think it's pretty sexy. It's pretty exotic to be able to fly these airplanes, but we need to do it with the reference. And thank you guys for, number one, EAA. We're kind of an aging group. We got some new kids here. I like this. How we start our program with the kids, and Jim is very instrumental in our EAA chapter. We start our kids before they even get as an introductory Young Eagle flight, so I incorporate all the resources of my community. And so we do the Young Eagle flights to get the kids going, then they take the Sporties course, and then then they complete those 4 courses, then we try to squeeze that check out of EAA that they're supposed to give you when you complete the program, and then we move on from there. But we're trying to utilize all the resources we have. I am not such a big picture guy that I want to I want this to be perfect before I even think about taking it to the next community. And I want the right partnerships, and I want to make all the mistakes before we let it go and do it. But I think because now that I made the commitment to Bob's family, it's probably going to be a nationwide thing because people are so in love with what Bob represented, and I really want to keep his memory. I mean, the core values of what Bob represents. If you read, who's read Forever Flying? Okay, it's a great book. And who's seen the last Kim First Flying on the Feathered Edge? It's a great documentary. But his core values about tenacity, iron will, patriotism, humbleness are all the core values that we need to have. And that's why I think this is so great. So, from my flying perspective, I've got about 26,000 hours, and I'm still learning how to fly. And I'm still a new guy, and I don't take my logbook into the airplane saying, oh, I can do this. It's because every time I go flying, it's a time to be better, and it's also a time to be worse. So you have to make a decision. And if you don't follow the rules, it's eventually going to get you. So I've had just this magnificent fun time, but sometimes things go wrong. Who's seen my propeller come off video? You want to see it again? Sometimes things go wrong, and so that's when I call it luck comes to the one most prepared. I was taking, just like this is my friend Julie who bought this auction package. She didn't know what she was getting into today from Yuma. Maybe you need to leave, Julie. I was taking my niece's best friend for her first aerobatic flight, and I really made it a big deal. I took her flying, had a blast. I said we're going to do an inverted flat spin and a graveyard spin, and making it really. And we're doing the inverted flat spin and the graveyard spin, and boom, the prop comes off, separates from the airplane. CG goes way out. And instantly, I'm saying, I am out of here. I'm done. I know how to get out of an airplane, and I'm going to go live because I don't like these options. But I had a passenger. First time in an airplane. First time she ever had a parachute on, and I'm at 3,500 feet. That's 33 seconds before you hit the ground if you don't open your parachute. The parachute opens in a second and a half. I know that. But I said, I can't do this. And so I got to ride this in as far into the wreck as possible. As far into the wreck as possible. It was after Thanksgiving, so the ground was wet. I'm over the farm fields. And if I don't make it to that crop dusting airstrip, I'm going to land. CG's so far out. When I got it flying, I'm going 100. I kept it at 130 miles an hour because I had controllability. There was still some pitchy. But 130, I landed at 130. You know what 130 miles an hour would do in a muddy field? You're going to hurt yourself. But I can't go. I got to ride it. But luck comes to the one most prepared, and there's no atheist in a disabled airplane. Dad, come on. I'm going to show you what it is. Oh, okay. Go. Okay. Ready?
recover from an inverted flat spin?
Don't tell me that.
Oh, that's okay. So we'll get up to about, 4,000 feet. We need to climb high because we're going to spin low. Hammer?
Yeah?
You feel okay or you feel medium okay?
No, I feel good.
Great?
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, what?
So, you know how to recover really well.
I promise. I like my job in my life.
Okay.
This is all fun, remember?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be scary, right?
Right.
Right.
But we take safety seriously.
That's very important. Oh, we're going to get nice and high. But this thing is, what we're going to do now is I got my altitude, so
Yeah.
I'm going to come on down and get a little airspeed, pick up some speed, all right?
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're going to pick up a little speed. You still feeling good?
I feel great.
Okay, now we're going to go straight up just for a little while, okay?
Okay.
Look over your left wing. But that's not good enough. Now we got to get upside down. And now we're going to enter the graveyard. Gotta keep straight. We lost our propeller. We're cool. Yeah, we lost our propeller.
Okay.
And we're gonna glide.
Dawn?
Huh?
Dawn, what do we do?
We're fine. Not a problem.
Are you sure?
We're okay. Relax. Gotta land on this dirt strip right down here.
Dawn?
We're okay.
Dawn?
Tighten up. Now listen to me. I want you to tighten up your belt.
Okay.
We're cool. Okay?
Dawn, are we gonna be okay?
Everything's fine, I promise. Okay? You're fine with me, okay? Everything is fine, all right?
Oh my gosh.
Don't get like that now. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, we're fine. Fine. We're fine. Okay. All right, have your shoulder harnesses. Shoulder harnesses nice and tight?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dawn?
We're cool. Trust me. Trust me, okay?
Hey.
Trust me. Trust me. We're going to land this airplane right now. Okay? We're cool. We're on the ground. Everything's... Go on the ground. No, that's all. Is that so bad? That's why you fly with the best. This is actually a long time ago. What happened was, the gyroscope, I entered the arena and got to explore the gyroscopic element where you can tumble and flip and twirl, and I fell in love with that arena. But what we were doing to the airplanes were basically destroying them. Two-bladed propeller, too much gyroscopic forces on the propeller crankshaft combination. So we didn't know. We didn't know what was causing this. We thought it was metallurgy and this and that, and the other thing. We were just, our airplanes weren't designed to do what we were doing. And so we went to the three-bladed composite propeller. Now it's thousands and thousands of cycles, and that doesn't happen. The technology kept up with where we were going in this arena, this wild world of model airplane aerobatics. So I flew it as far to the wreck as possible. I took care of that business because I had a plan. And it's incumbent upon all of us to think about what we're doing and take off and not just blink. Okay? I think I am a risk mitigator. I believe in pushing boundaries. I love to push boundaries, but I do it
as a risk mitigator. Every figure that I have in my sequence, there's an out. The reason I have to practice so much, this is model airplane aerobatics now, like that front flip, it'll hang up and you'll be falling, and then, you know, I do it at 1,000 feet and I'll be falling upside down with no controls. With no controllability whatsoever, because the tail is not working anymore, the wings stalled through the sky. And you have to have a way to get out if it does happen. And so every figure in my sequence has an out. So when I start my air show routine, I rarely change it once we begin the season. It's the same. I take things away, but I never add. And so even air show pilots have more than probably, it's incumbent upon us if we're going to survive. You don't believe in your press clippings, you don't really believe in your press clippings, and you don't just hopefully think it's going to work. Everything is mitigated, everything is wrote, everything is choreographed. We don't change. If you do that, I want to survive this disease. You know, I like getting old. I'll get my Medicare card next month. And tonight, when I was hanging out with these boys in the 70s, they go, he's going to be gone for a day. And believe me, by the grace of God, I mean, believe me, I've been a very lucky guy to have such great people, but I really do live by this quote by Tom Robbins, even Cowgirls Get the Blues, and that's if you take any art, any activity, any discipline, you take it, you push it as far as it'll go. You take it, you push it to the wildest edge of edges. You take it where it's never been before, then it turns into magic. As aviators, we get this opportunity to take our art. I consider flying an art form. I love this now that instead of this word STEM, they have STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, because flying is really art with physics wrapped in it. So I got to take Julie flying. Do you still want to go, Julie? We don't want the graveyard spin anymore. It's just the inverted flat spin, the three-bladed propeller, and we don't start high so we can spin low. Okay. Okay, Julie's gonna go with me. So I saw you had a question.
Yeah. Do you practice the outs?
All the time. All the time. And because it becomes, when it doesn't work, because I practice, I'll have 100 flights before I'm ready for the season. The first 20 got me nauseous, the next 20 get my body tolerant with the G's, the next 20, 30 I'm starting to work down in the low-level environment, because the low-level environment, you have to fly intuitively, but cognitively, you just have to be with that flying machine. So it's baby steps. Every year I do it this way. Every year I'm mandated that I do it this way because it works for me. Everybody's a little bit different, but this is the way I do it. I think a little over 400 times I flew my airplane last year during the air show season for practice to get it, because I want to be like Bob. Bob Hoover was relevant until he was 94 years old. Until the day he died, he was 94 years old. He was relevant. And I mean, when you begin given this gift of life, I think you should strive for that. So I want to be like Bob. I want to make it.
You said that the concept problem changed. From that picture, it looked like a shaft.
Well, that's another thing about flying it as far into the wreck is I'm broke, man. I'm in the aviation business, and there's a $60,000 motor and whatever cost for the prop, and so I called the insurance company and I told them what happened. Well, how much damage did you do there? And I said, oh man, I saved it. I just kind of tore the cowling. The prop nicked the wing. And I said, what do you think it's going to cost? I said, $4,000. They said, we'll send you a check for the damage. I said, well, what about the engine? Oh, no, that's mechanical. And no, you don't get any of that money. And I said, so if I would have jumped out of the airplane, you would have gave me a check for the whole thing. They said, yeah, but this is just the rules. And so you still got to fly it as far into the wreck as possible. I don't have enough money to buy the motor. It's not in the budget, this is Just no way. But I did have a video. So I sent it to the engine guy and I sent it to the prop guy and I said, can we talk? And sure enough, within 2 weeks I had a brand new motor, got a brand new sponsor, I got a new prop sponsor, I got a new engine sponsor, and we did the sponsors ever since. It's really been a good deal.
Did you shut the motor off after you lost the
That motor went, that motor shut itself off because I don't know how many RPMs it went to, and I did not hear that. It's so amazing how when you're currently in an airplane, how you instinctually, I came out of that thing, I felt a whole CG experience during those nanoseconds. I said, it's flying, I'm not changing the speed. If you see on the video how fast I'm moving this, I mean, it is real, but it's flying, and I'm taking what I got.
Speaking of motors, so I know the airshow plane gets torn down every year.
Yeah, we're doing
Do you
that.
do the same with the motor, or do you just go with a new motor each year? Or what do you think?
We take an engine from Lycon and then we send it to Lycon. They take it apart, they put their cylinders in it, and they flow it, they pour it in. We get a reliable, we had one break in 25 years on the way home with Brian Norris in it over, and we had a crankshaft failure. The problem is when you put a horsepower to a motor, it was 260 horsepower motor, 540 cubic inches, and you add more and more performance to it, you lose your reliability. And so we're right around 400 horsepower, and that's been, and that engine lasts. What did we fly Johnny this year? Oh, I should introduce Johnny DeGennaro. He's going to fly his first. He's on the team. Few more will stand up. He's going to fly his first air show this year. We hope he can pass. We hope. We flew what 300 hours last year? 360. Yeah, 360. Okay, sit down, Johnny. This is Debbie. Debbie helps with the team. She's helping with the and so you lose performance. And so if I can stay under 400 hours, I'm pretty happy with that. And I have one on my backup that is at about 370 and I'm taking that to Bermuda, but we're trying to really minimize how much I'm flying it, just to keep me current now, and then we're going to use it for one show, and then we'll overhaul that motor. Yes?
Any other big life lessons, maybe in the context of flying? So you made a really dumb mistake and you
Are you kidding me? My first part of my airshow career was a big dumb mistake. Are you kidding me? I had some of the best. I flew my first airshow in '76. I learned aerobatics from Amelia. I was so afraid of stalling an airplane, I would panic at the controls. So I took a 10-hour course when I had 55 hours, and I fell in love with this art form called aerobatic flight. And I went nuts over it. That's all I wanted to do. Finally got my pits. I had some great mentors, hair on fire, passionate about it, had all of it. But what I was in such a hurry, I was willing to die for it. We're thinking that's okay to play that game. I had some great mentors who said, Sean, you got to back off a little bit. And I said, what do those guys know? They're old men. And gray hair. Big mistakes. Shoot. Huge mistakes. And so I crashed in '79. I had to bail out in Moss Landing. That's a story that's going to cost you some beer. I had to bail out in Moss Landing. I lost my dream. I'm now married, got no money. I was crop dusting here in this valley, flying Stearmans off of an old strip off of Highway 1, making nothing. Nothing. I had nothing. Blew it all in there. I knew it was all my fault. And so that was '79, and I didn't even get back into the game until I bought a house, started a business, because I had to grow up. And who knows what I could have done if I hadn't been. I let my ego get in the way, and my passion get in the way of common sense. And so life lessons? Heck yeah! Still learning them. I just stopped making them. Hopefully, those big mistakes. So I think the true life lesson is follow your passion for sure. Leave your ego at home.
And listen to the old guys.
And listen to the old guys. That's right. That's right, Les.
You make a new show every year.
It's really not, especially right now in my career. I'm going to work on a few. I was trying to work on a few figures, but I'm pretty broken in terms of I fly a lot, but I'm pretty broken. I mean, I got extruded disc from all the G's, and the airplane I have now is a magnificent flying machine with these great control surfaces, and I'm still learning it. But a show is a choreographed thing that develops within your life, okay? I mean, it's taken me years to get to where I'm at, and we might change maneuvers around, but it's taken my whole life to get here, and I'm not ready for reinvention. I'm ready. I'm going to retire in 2018 as a solo performer, maybe sooner. It all depends on my health. My goal is to start a 7-ship PC-7 team. I'm only pulling 4G. I'm going to lead it. Hire X, Blues, Thunderbirds, and Snowbirds to fly it with me. Maybe even Johnny D, who makes the cut. But so I don't want to change anything. I just want to make through it. And I want to add figures, but there's only so much physically I can do to maintain excellence. And my body, man, I'm done. I'm physically fit. I climbed mountains around the world. I climbed Mount Blanc last year. I've got 4 of the 7 summits of the world. I'm physically fit, but the G is incredible. And what it takes for me to get out of bed in the morning is really 45 minutes to get going, because it's just all that way. And so I just like it the way it is. Thanks, you guys. I got to take Julie flying. Okay? In 2 weeks, I'll take the coordinator and the pilot that you want. 2 weeks? So you in? You want to do the warbird, or you want to do the graveyard spit? Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys. Here's Sean. You want it black, right?
Black. Yes, I see. Oh, the parachuters. Somebody's throwing perfectly good people out in an airplane.
I know, parachuters.
Oh,
he's doing red.
Back,
you
right?
You got red.
Red'll work.
Oh, do you want yours too?
Yeah, you gotta get yours.
You want on the back or the front? Where you want it? Front, right there.
Sell every, dude.
You'll have to live in it, but that's okay.
I think we don't have enough money to buy one.
You're still gonna hold him to his
You find
promise.
it?
You're going up when you're 12, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Want me to sign it?
Yes.
You'll be able to buy it. You won't be able to fly because you won't be able to afford them.
Yeah. Cool. You're good. I think. Oh, quick photo. There you go.
Sure.
Johan, you want a picture?
Get up there, guys. There's the Young Eagles right there. They were here last weekend flying.
Thumbs up.
All right. Yay.
I'm going to get Shandy.
Thank you. Yeah, you were talking about
Take the warbird or the
Steven, get over there. Help him prime it.
You're not priming, it's making sure there's no oil in the water.
Okay, get over there and help him make sure there's no oil. Okay.
do that.
Do that?
Well, you don't need help. Unless it's a B-17 before.
Oh, right.
Oh, there's a great snapper. Oh, that's so gal's got some dancing.
The tequila's not in there, so do some dancing.
take y'all on.
The other plane.
I will actually
So he's the new pilot. No, that was fun.
It was.
I was like,
It was great.
I have to bring the dog. I was like, people here. I was like, usually it was breakfast, and it was like, what, maybe 9:30? There was, the usual 6 to 8 guys at the one table. All this. What we would usually have.
That was great.
Man.
Well, I do have to admit that he brought me here for the first time. So this is the first day of meeting.
I'm used to seeing you.
The way you described when you all went head hard, you had already decided you were landing the plane, and that you were reassuring her with as much calmness as you could. That happened within a matter of a half a second.
Yeah, I was reassured with much confidence that I pretended to have.
You did an amazing job.
My sphincter was...
Sean? 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 Sean?
My sphincter was squeezing.
Take care, thank you.
Clear?
Yes.